A Haunting in Venice, a complex look at mental health, grief, and a dependence on God? Or another color-by-numbers schlocky Hollywood murder mystery? I'll tell you my thoughts in this spoiler-free review of the new supernatural thriller. But first, if you like my reviews, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Based on Agatha Christie's novel Halloween Party, A Haunting in Venice finds Hercule Poirot, Kenneth Branagh, retired and relaxing in the title's beautiful Italian city. A longtime friend invites him to a Halloween party to be followed by a seance with a very reputable mystic. Grudgingly, he decides to attend the mysterious gathering surrounded by strangers in a creepy old home.
What is happening?
It's then that a murder takes place, and now Poirot must uncover the truth before he and anyone else is hurt. A Haunting in Venice is Kenneth Branagh's third installment in his Poirot series, both as the lead character and director. First, he made Murder on the Orient Express, which I like quite a bit. Then he made Death on the Nile, which I thought was death of a franchise. And yet, here we are. The first glaring difference in A Haunting in Venice is, it really looks and feels like this was filmed in Venice in 1947, while its predecessor, Death on the Nile, looked like it was completely filmed against green screen on a Hollywood studio lot. Then, once the story enters the home where the majority of the film takes place, it looks and feels old. The stone has texture with signs of age. The doors and windows appear used and worn. Branagh and his same production crew discard their familiar kinetic flowing camera movement and replace it with stationary wide-angle shots to showcase the architecture of the historical home. But they also use this technique to make us uneasy. With frequent use of Dutch angles, the camera disrupts any sense of balance and order. By keeping the camera stationary, it allows us to see movement within the frame, whether it's a villainous character creeping in the shadows, or simply a flickering flame. The setting feels perilous. Another separator of this film and its predecessor is the characters are interesting and developed despite the large ensemble cast. The story spends enough time investing in each one to allow us to get to know them, know their motivations, and know their history. Although the standout is probably Rowena Drake, a grief-stricken mother played by Kelly Reilly, best known for Yellowstone, my favorite characters are a World War II PTSD father and his compassionate son, played by 50 Shades of Grey's Jamie Dornan, and newcomer Jude Hill. The father's erratic behavior adds to the anxiety already present in the setting, while the son's kindness and pre-developed maturity reminds us these are just people with real problems. In one of my favorite moments, the son explains to Poirot about his father. "It's just a thing." And Poirot kindly responds, "I know." It's a brief exchange, but it says so much about each person, specifically reminding us that Poirot himself is also a veteran of World War II. Each character is handled with a similar care that allows us to do a couple things: worry for their well-being, understand their purpose in this event, and even consider them suspects in the murder. Finally, something this film has that neither of the previous Poirot adaptations had is, it's actually quite scary. Its themes of endangered and troubled children alone causes me angst, but add in some really well-timed, earned jump scares and I'm officially on edge. Additionally, the main thing that keeps me uncomfortable is the fact that Poirot himself, the self-proclaimed greatest detective in the world, even he begins to fear this claustrophobic, maybe haunted house. A man who says, "There is no God, I've seen too much," is now doubting everything he sees and hears, and with good reason, once again reminding us he too has been scarred physically and emotionally from the war. Also, there's a really scary parrot, so... Okay, yes, the climax feels a tad rushed and anticlimactic, and if you start picking at some of the details, the plot starts to crack like the foundation of the old building it's filmed in. But isn't that true of every murder mystery? That being said, the thrills and chills, the character's study of grief and mental illness, and the mystery at its core makes this easily my favorite film in this unofficial Poirot trilogy.